Melissa and Aaron here for TruthStreamMedia, and we're about to analyze some clips to show you how the media is using occultic, satanic, Illuminati symbolism to basically just brainwash everybody.
That's the culture. It's a culture of fear for sure. And it's a big culture of mind control too. MK Ultra mind control rules in Hollywood. If you don't know, Google that and look into it.
This all-seeing eye pyramid, these occultic symbols, these satanic symbols, and basically straight-up satanic messages are everywhere in our media. They're in everything. They're in commercials, they're in music videos. It's just everywhere. If it didn't mean anything, why do they show it so often? Why do you find it in so many things? In all of the clips we're about to show you, we've removed all of the sound because I'm not really sure what's embedded in some of that sound, but it made my spine twitch. And aside from the Obama song, which I actually have to play, the rest of it we don't really want to subject you to. This Puma commercial shows all these people running around and they're all living in little boxes, and this woman, from the time she gets up, she's running, because that's what everyone does, and it's just buy stuff and run around and pretty much never have any time to enjoy your life. And if you want to be hip and trendy, you got to buy their stuff and get in the box with everyone else. And then look who's watching over them. It's one of those eyeballs again. And then when they spell Puma at the end, it's the eyeball and the triangle. I mean, it's just predictable. It's sad.
And it seems pretty clear that this is not about these artists manifesting something they believe in. In fact, they're probably just tools of the system. It seems instead to be a signal to show you who's supposedly in power. And if you relate to the images at all in a logical way, it's supposed to logically tell you that you're at the bottom of the pyramid and these people control the entire system. Let's take the example of this artist, Sierra, or singer or celebrity or whatever she is. She's in a new video where it's not even symbolism open to interpretation. You say, well, maybe you see a symbol in nature, or maybe it's this or that. It straight up says the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which is an organization known for Aleister Crowley. It's closely related to OTO, the Ordo Templii Orientis, and basically to esoteric media stuff in general. Reportedly a very powerful organization, another secret society with initiated, compartmentalized information. First you see her in the jacket for Super Turn Up, a great song I'm sure, and then in another video you see boots that say the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Unlike Nancy Sinatra's boots that were made for walking, hers were made for showing who runs the world and how she's just a puppet to the system and totally controlled.
This Versace commercial has a repeated message of not just turning people into mind-controlled consumer zombies, but it also has a message about controlling the talent through the MK Ultra mind control program. And I will include a link in the description so you can go check out more on that. Now we're going to analyze this 30-second MTV promo for the music television channel. And I'm actually not going to play this clip at full speed in regular time, the full 30 seconds, because I really don't want to be responsible for scarring anybody's mind. I'm just going to show small, slowed down clips and screenshots so you can get the idea. If you want to go watch it yourself, that's up to you. We start this clip out with these three cavemen creatures, and they're chanting to this fire under a crescent moon. And you have the little eyeball creature watching over them, and even the Rock is throwing up. Actually, there's a lot of throw up. This whole commercial is really puke themed. It's brain puke. After a few seconds, they're able to summon this demon head skull thing with a hypnotic third eye in the middle of it. So for all intents and purposes, you're watching a ritual take place. And as you can see here, it also has another eyeball as well. The third eye spins, and after a second, it shoots out beams of swirling light that suck up the caveman creatures into this rainbow hell, basically. Bonnie and John over at awakenvideo.org have an excellent presentation on how these mnemonic mind control devices, basically these circles. You see them now embedded in all of the television. It's in video games. It's definitely in news programs where they have the spinning globes with the spinning circles that shoot out from the middle and they count you down in and out of what you're about to watch. That's basically a mind control programming that's subliminally embedded in all of this stuff to count you into and out of a hypnotic trance while you're watching whatever it is that you're watching. And really, even if you don't want to believe in that, if you look at it, and especially in slow motion, it makes all kinds of total sense. So you're going to see those circles a lot throughout this entire 30-second promo, and they go super fast, but it's very hypnotic. Then it's back to the creepy skull demon head thing with the third eye that's vertical, spinning a hypnotic swirl at you while triangles are basically shooting out at you from behind it. Then it falls down a hole where, again, you've got all the spinning stuff sucking you in at the bottom. Then it breaks apart and actually reveals this other eyeball that has been there the whole time and this bird-like demon mouth thing. And again, more pneumatic circles with the creepy striations that just completely brainwash you, while rabbits are puking up more rabbits, more rainbow puke, and even puking up snakes. Then you've got an eyeball that falls into a kaleidoscopic mirror tunnel thing, which mirrors are also very much mind control triggers. And then you've got the eyeball actually puking up black goop. I mean, they're literally telling you that they're gunking up your third eye here. Want more proof of that? You've got the next scene where the guy literally rips out a rainbow from inside of his body that right above his belly button that could basically, I guess you can interpret it as he's ripping his soul out and giving it up. Yay, it's so fun to be a mind-controlled slave to the system. And all of this happens so fast within the span of 30 seconds. All these colors and images and hypnotic swirling stuff is shooting out at the viewer, sucking them in to be programmed by this programming. There's a reason they call it programming. And finally you come to the end where the demon skull head is on the wall and the cavemen have had their heads cut off. They are also on the wall. You are now part of the system. Your head, your brain has literally been detached from your body. They control you now. They've got you now. It's just completely symbolic of everything that's wrong with television and how it's programming the youth. And what's even creepier is the guys that made this commercial apparently said they got it from a dream. So they had a dream and it resulted in this commercial. Well, there you go. That's what they're using to brainwash the minds of our youth today. It's just a cacophony of occultic symbolism and rainbow vomit. Yay.
Here's another artist, Kesha, and this is just a video filled to the brim, just fully loaded with symbolic and even satanic images. There's the all-saying eye. And of course the song Die Young has this message of depravity and just throwing life away. She comes in on a hearse that reads evil. She's in veils and carried in basically in a black mass leading into a satanic ritual sex magic orgy. There's of course a lot of sexual imagery and a lot of violence on TV, but this video is absolutely over the top, and a lot of these images we won't show you. And while this is going on, you've got pyramids and triangles and symbolic images moving very rapidly, faster than the mind could consciously take in, inverted crosses. It's hard to believe this was even ever shown on TV. Dancing in front of a pentagram, an upright one, inside of a church that they destroy, and here showing her flesh in front of an inverted cross. Really disturbing imagery, and it honestly gets worse from here. Here they're cut in half with some kind of blood ritual sacrifice, again the theme of the song, to die young. Here's a really obvious pyramid with an all-seeing eye, who apparently said she didn't want to perform the song and was forced to sing the lyrics. By the time this video ends, it's SWAT team by a police state, and the artist comes out through the door, and she's literally been tagged by the Illuminati as the all-seeing eye pyramid appears on the back of her dress. A very dark message. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yes, we can.
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 Yes, we
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. You say.
You say.
Not only is this really creepy when it's played backwards, but it's been argued that there's a duality of consciousness, that the brain can actually interpret language both forwards and backwards at the same time. And this is a carefully crafted campaign slogan. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, this phrase has been heard by practically everyone repeatedly.
Ultimately, these symbols and hidden messages show up everywhere in media without looking for them. Many, many more if you are looking for them. And you've got artists mimicking rituals, mimicking possession, many of them convincingly looking like they really are possessed by the devil. You've got esoteric and occultic symbolism that isn't explained to the public. It's bombarded upon their minds without most of the general public having any idea what it means or why it's being shown. That is wrong.
The Super Bowl is kind of like the Holy of Holies in America, right? So like here I am, I'm going to come into the halfway between like the church experience, and I'm going to have to deliver a sermon that's going to have to be very impactful.
The public doesn't know what they're supposed to be there for. They're entering into the subconscious mind, and their messages from the ruler put upon people as if to an illiterate person. It's like putting a kick me sign on someone's back.
I mean, how else do you explain Beyonce, who goes on record saying she has an alternate ego that goes into her body?
And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up. It was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
Which sounds a lot like satanic possession. Going onto a Super Bowl halftime show, literally looking at one point possessed by a demon. I mean, her eyes go completely coal black, and she tells the audience to put their hands out and give her their energy.
Everybody put your hands towards me. Everybody, I want to feel your energy. Wave your hands with me, come on.
And then the lights go out, while at the same time there are commercials for selling your soul to Satan for a car. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. What matters is these evil people in control believe in it.